This time tomorrow, we are expecting to have just had a result in the trial of a man accused of drugging and raping his wife here in France and encouraging 50 other men that he met online to do the same. It is the trial that has been followed around the world as Gisèle Pelicot has become an icon for waiving her anonymity to hold the trial in open court. On Monday, her former husband asked for forgiveness for his actions. Well, we're going to cross to the court now, talk to our reporter Selina Sykes, who's there covering the case for us this week. Selina, first of all, I mean, it just is really now, isn't it, building up to that real moment of tension, that result likely to come within the next 24 hours.
That's right. After 3.5 months, Stuart, France's biggest ever rape trial is coming to an end. We heard on Monday, as you said, the last words of Gisèle Pelicot and the 50 other men who stand on trial alongside him. And now it's just a question of waiting. The judges are in deliberation over the verdict and the eventual sentences for these men. As you said, we're expecting the verdict to come on Thursday morning. It's scheduled for 9:30 tomorrow morning. There is obviously a possibility of it being postponed to maybe later in the afternoon or on Friday. But from what we're hearing here, things should run on time. Judges' deliberations are running on to schedule. This will happen tomorrow morning, where the public prosecutors have asked for the maximum sentence of 20 years for Gisèle Pelicot and between 4 to 18 years for the other 50 men on trial with him for either aggravated rape or sexual assault. We're expecting, Stuart, just to give an idea of some of the tensions that we could see tomorrow, around 100 police in the courtroom here tomorrow in Avignon.
Selina, give us a bit of a flavour, if you like, of what it's actually been like at the court this week, because it's several days now. We spoke to you on Monday since the court last sat, isn't it?
That's right, Stuart. I think the thing that struck me the most, having been here in the courtroom, is the proximity of everyone who is involved in this trial. The accused, their lawyers, and Gisèle Pelicot, obviously the civil party. Well, they all come through the same entrance, which is just behind me to the courtroom, the courthouse. There's then a common sort of area where you can come across everyone, the accused, their lawyers, Gisèle Pelicot, who takes almost the same route every day to go into the courtroom. And let's just remember that there's a third of these accused men, defendants on trial, who are in custody, but the rest of them, as in the meantime, they're all free men. They're all free men whilst this trial comes to an end. Just a third in custody. So in the meantime, well, life goes on for these men. One of them, in their last words on the Monday, actually mentioned that he plans to get married next month. You can come across them all in the common room area before proceedings go underway. There's actually a bench next to where most of the journalists for TV channels do their lives, which has been now nicknamed the rapist bench. It's where a lot of them sit and wait beforehand. Some of them cover their faces, some of them don't, but you can come across them at all parts of the day, either queuing up for the coffee machine or on the way to the toilets. All of these men, of course, Stuart, were strangers beforehand, but over these 3.5 months, it's understood that some of them have got to know each other, that some of them go to the local cafes together outside during breaks here. And other than that, I think the most striking thing during this trial has also been the sheer support for Gisèle Pelicot. We have seen members of the public queue outside every day here long before the courtroom opens to get one of those few spots for the members of the public inside the courtroom. I spoke to one on Monday. She's from Avignon, and she says that she's tried to be here every day, that she feels it's important for women to show up and show their support for Gisèle Pelicot. And that's pretty obvious everywhere you go in Avignon. There are messages of support for Gisèle Pelicot on the old city walls here just outside the courtroom. There were also some messages of support on some cardboard pieces of cardboard that were left outside of the courtroom here. We did see a man take two of them away. We're not exactly sure why. We didn't have the chance to ask him why he took those away, which maybe also shows that Avignon is, some people are a bit uneasy, shall we say, with this court trial going on here in Avignon. And there is some tensions with, obviously, feminist groups having come and attended here throughout the trial here in Avignon.
Selina, thanks very much. Selina Sykes there joining us from the court in Avignon. Of course, a lot more from her, we expect anyway.